I want to quickly talk to you about Royal4 warehouse management software. So we are going to do a review of this software tool to have a clear idea what this tool really stands for. So here is the general presentation about this software here. So what is Royal4? I mean, the right word is here is Royal4 Wise. Okay. So Royal4 actually is a warehouse management software that really can do a lot of stuff. So one thing you need to really think about here is that you have flexibility, you have efficiency, but most importantly, we have adaptability. In other words, whether you have a small operation, you have a small warehouse, or you have a series of larger warehouses, you are able to use Rail for all kinds of possibilities. So this is really good. That's one thing we love a lot when we analyze, I would say, warehouse management systems in general. Okay, and basically, this company has been around for nearly 40 years. Can you imagine that? So Rail4 have been doing this since 1984. So this is really good. What we love about Royal4 here is that it's pretty straightforward. It's actually a rules-based warehouse management system that's able to support a number of industries. You have 3PL, so third-party logistics. You have automotive. You have food and beverage. You have industrial machinery. So this is kind of cool. And so actually, Royal4 actually will help you manage core warehouse processes such as tasks, operations, budget, and productivity tracking. And its functions and features include receiving, the directed put away, picking and slotting, cross-docking, enterprise resource planning, ERP integration, and more. And so why this Rail4 actually also offers advanced shipping notices, ASNs, purchase order organization, warehouse transfers, and work order processing. And so warehouses that require RFID are supported by Rail4 Wise, and Wise offers both radio frequency and paper-based solution standards. So this is really fantastic. So bottom line here is what Rail4 provides transportation features for looking for extended transportation. Like if you are looking for yard management, for instance, or warehouse management, Rail4 will get it done. Not a problem. Okay. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Let's talk about the target audience here. So we are still talking about Rail4 warehouse management system. What is the target audience? Well, in our view, based on our research, we think that Rail4 warehouse management system is great for industries like 3PL, government, automotive, emergency response. And it's also great for companies that want to start a paperless system by reducing paperwork completely. It's important to understand that it's not about the size here. You can be a small business and still actually avail yourself of the tools that Rail4 has. Okay, so it's all about your operational vision, so to speak. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that if you need comprehensive inventory control, if you need visibility into your warehouse operation, if you need a tool that actually integrates into your existing tech stack, that's fine. If you want to have a standalone tool also, Rail4 can actually accommodate that, okay? And if you really want to have a clear idea, or let's say you want to have a better transparency across receiving, dynamic put away, letdowns replenishment, and forward pick, you also want to really pay attention to Rail4. The bottom line here is what you really want. If you want to have a clear idea about both your cycle count and physical inventories, you really want to go with a software tool such as Rail4. We also love within Rail4, we love the fact that you have pre-manifesting, you have cubing, you have load planning. So those are additional key features. I'll speak about the features later on, but I just want to let you know that Rail4 is really like a complete solution from A to Z. This is what it is. So from source, meaning raw materials, to consumption, meaning delivery acceptance. So again, that's what I was telling you earlier. If you go back to, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The size of your operation doesn't matter. If you have the right vision, if you want to optimize your warehousing, if you want to actually increase your profitability, if you want to reduce, let's say, loss, I would say stock loss, then you want to have a tool such as Rail4. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Royal4 Warehouse Management System. I want to talk to you about the features here. So when we think about Royal4 Warehouse Management System, what are the main features and functionalities that you need to really think about? Okay, and the thing here is that you need to understand the warehouse in your company is really the most critical part when it comes to your logistics, when it comes to your supply chain, because that's where all the main works are done, starting from raw materials, putting to turn into a finished goods, to shipping these products to distribution centers where those products will be sold, right? So Royal4 Warehouse Management System supports user-defined package types, packaging rules and techniques, location rules, and other customer needs based on your operations. So depending upon the configuration you have, if you have multiple warehouses or a single warehouse, you really like Royal4 will adapt to your configurations. So the most important features that you really want to pay attention to if you are interested in Royal4 Warehouse Management System, you have receiving, okay, you have assembly and kitting. So those are important elements to sort of help with the valuation of the inventory. You have quality assurance. You have returns. You have put away. So another important element here, you also have cross docking. You have inventory control. You have replenishment, really important. Again, going back to what I said about inventory valuation. You have multiple URM. You have product locations. You have physical cycle counts. You have system alerts. Now, system alerts are kind of cool because, again, going back to if your job is to optimize warehouse, if you want to optimize your warehouse operations, you really want to have that system of alerts, especially when it comes to system alerts. You also want to have a clear idea, and this is an important feature within Royal4. You have order processing, you have picking, you have packing, you have load management. This is another important element. You have outbound documentation. You also have what they call the WISE alerts. So those are sort of periodic alerts that really go out. They get triggered if certain rules are met. You also have crystal reports. Let's talk about pricing here. So you can actually see on the screen here that Royal4 actually wants you to contact them. So if you're interested in having pricing for a Royal4 warehouse management system, you're going to have to actually contact customer service. The number is 1-888-876-9254. Again, the number here is 1-888-876-9254. And or you can just fill in the form you see on the screen here. You put in your first name, last name, everything. They ask you, they want to, for the email, please put your work email. If you put the Gmail or Hotmail, sometimes the system doesn't take it. I mean, sometimes they do take it, but sometimes they don't take it. So it's just better if you want to avoid any error message, to go with your company phone number and your company name and your company email. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that when we talk about cost, Royal4 is actually it's not cheap, but it's also not expensive. Because when you really think about it, when you actually have to make a decision about warehouse management system, you got to think about the ROI. It's not just about the price. No, it's about what value is the software adding to your operations, especially your warehouse operations. Okay, so if you are in a configuration where your warehousing is really sort of distributed geographically, like it's just distributed across several geographies, then it really makes sense to sort of centralize everything. So your ROI in this case will be really positive, because you'll be saving a lot more money by implementing a warehouse management system such as Royal4. The bottom line here is that you want to contact them first, speak to somebody from sales, explain to them your needs, explain to them how many warehousing we're talking about, and then they will give you a quote. And based on that quote, you can just take it from there. in any chip, in any matter, any circumstance, always go with the demo. You want to really see how the demo works before you actually commit. Also, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Royal4 Warehouse Management System. Let's talk about the pros and cons of Royal4 Warehouse Management System. I first want to talk about the pros. So Royal4 actually offers some unique features like voice picking, which are not really available in other similar tools based on our research. And this tool is available for both Windows, Unix, Solaris, Mac OS, Linux, IBM OS 400, AIX, HP US based operating system, and web-based systems also. So you can see that you have a large constellation of operating systems. This is really good because if you are in an industry where you're like, if you're comfortable using your existing operating system, you do not want to change. So having the ability to cover all the bases, this is really good. And there's also a dedicated mobile app of Royal4, which can help you actually get access to warehouse management information right from your mobile. And the web-based version offered by this tool can be easily accessed from anywhere, anytime. This is really cool. And also the user interface of Royal4 Warehouse Management System is simple and easy to use, which means what? It means that people without previous warehouse management software knowledge can easily try it and really enjoy it too. So bottom line is there is no steep learning curve. Let's just put it this way. There's no steep learning curve. You can start using it, not a problem. You don't have to have a PhD in computer science to start using Royal4 Warehouse Management System. So those are the main pros, the main advantages of this software. What about the cons? So Royal4 doesn't offer any demo. If you have a demo request, they are not going to offer it unless you talk to them. Okay, and this is not something that the other software tools do. So you can see that with Royal4, they're a little discreet. They're trying to really, I mean, in our view, they were just way too discreet anyway, because, but yeah, it is their strategy, and we actually respect that. And Royal4 customer service, Royal4's customer service and support can be difficult to get through sometimes, especially if you are having like a lower pricing tier. They really don't get back to you as soon as you would want it. So it's one of those things where you have to be, prepared beforehand. Let's talk about the value added here. So when we think about Royal4 Warehouse Management System, what is the value added here? The thing here is that when you think about Royal4 Warehouse Management System, I want you to think about a couple of things. You have improved stock management. You have better order fulfillment process. You have ease of billing, shipment, and tracking. This is really, really cool. You have a reduction in warehouse management cost overall, because if you're able to optimize your warehouse operations, think about it, you are going to save money anyway. You have easy and remote access to crucial information. You have increased efficiency in procurement and production planning. And you also have quality assurance. This is really good. So the bottom line here is what? Regardless of the size of your warehousing, regardless of the geography of your warehouses, regardless of the vision that you have, if you want to automate tasks, if you want to automate processes in your warehousing operations, you will love Royal4 Warehouse Management System. For example, improved stock management. So basically, you are able to empower your warehouse managers, manufacturers, or logistics supervisors to better track and slot units. Okay, and this is kind of cool because you are able to have control on stock, and you are able to highlight any inaccuracies in the inventory. You have better order fulfillment process, so you are able to actually improve the order fulfillment process, thereby contributing to happy customers, really, when you think about it. And when I talk about the reduction in the warehouse management cost, this is also really cool because you are able to have a dedicated interface to manage the automation of all material handling equipment, such as conveyors and sorters. And so this eventually leads to further reduce the labor cost And you also are able to avail yourself of a great labor management tool that gives you crucial insights into the productivity of individuals. So your staff, you will have a better idea of what people are doing within your warehouse, and that's what you want anyway. You want to have that sort of visibility anyway. So this is kind of cool. So bottom line is you have increased efficiency in procurement and production planning from A to Z. Let's talk about the extras here. So when we think about Royal4 warehouse management system, what are the extras you need to really pay attention to? First of all, when we talk about Royal4 warehouse management system, you need to understand that you can have a cloud-based, so this kind of fine. So you can have a cloud-based or on-premise installation, not a problem. It really depends upon the kind of configuration you want to have. Okay. So, but the thing is that right now, they're not always. This tool is not always easily accessible via mobile. So you will need to access it via your computer. And one thing you need to understand here is that Royal4 warehouse management system is not the only player in the industry. You have a lot of players. You have Passport Inventory. You have Kinetic WMS. You have IntelliTrack. You have a BlueLink Elite. You have Inflow. You have a lot of players. But the bottom line here is that you want to really think of Royal4 as a solid tool when it comes to inventory management, warehouse management systems, warehouse management execution, third-party logistics, really solid. And you have features as diverse as quality control, replenishment order alerts. You have RFID integration. You have warehouse management. And the cool thing about Royal4 is that if you were to ask us, are we recommending this tool? Yes. This is a legit tool that we actually recommend. The only thing is just be aware that there might be a learning curve at the beginning, but this tool is pretty good. We also love the fact that basically they're constantly sort of updating the tool, but just like your expectations when it comes to customer service, I just want you to really reduce your expectation a little bit because they're not really fast. They're not really responsive. Okay. It is what it is. And they do not always allow you to have a demo before you actually commit to them. So it is what it is. I mean, but what we love here is that when you talk to when you're able to speak to someone from customer service, the service is great. It's just that sometimes it does take time for a customer to reach customer service. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about Royal4 warehouse management system. And let me do a quick recap here. So I gave you the general presentation, the target audience, the features, the pricing, the pros and cons, the value added, the extras, and now the recap. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.